The 2026 Audi SQ6 e-tron sells you a number, and it is the wrong one. Everyone stares at the horsepower, the launch mode, the badge on the grille. This film ignores all of it. The question that decides whether you buy one is quieter. Can it replace everything? Not on a track, on a Tuesday, the school run, the motorway slog, and the charging stop you never once thought about. That is the story behind the S-Badge. So forget the drama for a moment and look at how it would honestly slot into your everyday working week. Subscribe, because by the end you will know if it survives real life. Up close, the lights do their little party trick, and you can change the signature from the screen inside to suit your mood. But the shape stays calm on purpose. Nothing here shouts. It is a face you can park outside the office every day without a second glance. Even the mirrors look ordinary, and that turns out to be the whole point. So step inside where the real case begins. This is a lovely place to sit, one curved sheet of glass running the width of the dash. A driver display, a central touchscreen, and for the passenger, a third screen of their own. The materials feel expensive without shouting about it, soft where your arm lands, and every control sits where your hand expects it day after day. The sports seats are the highlight, quilted, heated, and properly supportive. Storage is sensible too, a deep bin under the armrest and a wireless charging pad for your phone. The wheel is clean, the four rings sit dead ahead, and the key button stayed physical. The gear selector falls to your fingertips, small, light, and out of the way. That passenger screen even plays video on the move, hidden from the driver, so those charging stops pass without a fight. In the driver's seat, everything angles toward you, and the head-up display sits crisp and clear in your eye line. Look up, and the roof and light switches are simple, with none of the usual clutter. The glass roof floods the cabin with light and turns opaque at a tap. The back seat is the part most reviews skip, and it matters most here. None of this tech fights you day to day. The head-up display throws arrows onto the glass. Behind a 6-foot driver, there is proper room for adults back here. The floor is almost flat, the bench sits high enough for comfort, and the doors open wide for a child's seat. There are cup holders in the armrest, air vents, and charging ports back here. Everything a growing family uses on a school run. Up front, the console swallows keys and cables. The pedals wear the S-Badge, a quiet wink. And when you need to, the rear seats fold flat to swallow flat pack furniture or a weekend bike. Which brings us back to the number I promised. Not power, charging. This is where the SQ6 quietly walks away from its German rivals for good. It runs on 800 volts, so it drinks electricity far faster than they can. 10 to 80% takes about 21 minutes. And this is what you live with, just over 30 cubic feet, room for a buggy and the weekly shop. Fold the bench and it opens to 54, plenty for a weekend away. There is a small trunk up front for the charging cables, roughly 2 cubic feet, so the muddy leads never clutter the main boot with your shopping. So, how far does it go? The EPA says 275 miles, which is fine for the class, not spectacular. A Mercedes EQE SUV quotes more, comfortably past 300 miles, but it charges on 400 volts. So that Mercedes waits a full half hour to reach the charge, this Audi grabs 10 minutes sooner, a coffee stop against a lunch break. In the real world, it uses about 35 kilowatt hours per 100 miles. Thirsty, but fast charging hides it. Which leaves price. And here it turns interesting. It starts around $72,900, and a Genesis electrified GV70 undercuts it by thousands. But among the German luxury set, nothing here refills faster, and that is the SQ6's real edge. On the Auto TV score, that is a 9.1. The launch video is next.